Welcome in, everyone. Anthropophagic here, and we've just launched the Republic of Rukk to the stars. If you're just joining us and interested in how we built out our empire, you can check out episode 0 of this playlist, where we stepped through our process. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and feel free to drop a comment below if you want to help steer the direction of our campaign. So we have the Republic of Rukk here, and we are born from the very depths of Rukk, away from the harsh glare of the starlight. Our evolutionary path diverged from that of our immobile cousins, who remain like sentinels above and around us. Unlike them, we gained the ability to move, think, and form a civilization. Easy access to the materials below ground allowed our Mantalian predecessors to industrialize, unifying our species and furthering our cavernous civilization. There were numerous attempts to return to the surface, but each time it proved brutal and unforgiving. So we remained below, establishing our dominance from within our planet's very foundation. Now, with the discovery of the hyperdrive, we make our boldest attempt yet to reach out to the stars. And like our ancestors before us, we shall carve out homes from this darkness. All right, then. So we've taken the Subterranean origin. I'm kind of intrigued to see where this is going to go. Let's take a look at where we are. So we're right near the core of the universe. I have to say I'm always a bit more of a fan when I'm right near the edge there, but that's fine. We're right near the Dark Hopes Nebula. Our first order of business here. We have our 3 scientists. I'm going to be hard pressed not to take administrative AI. 5% research bonus across the board. I'm usually going to be taking the physics research, but 5% to everything. I think I'll snag that right off the hop here. And so another one that's really tempting. I'm usually a bit torn, but I think I'll try and get the research bonuses as early as possible. And again, we'll take the nano mechanics here for the engineering bonus. So we'll get our researchers all researching better research. We're going to get our fleet. And I think normally I would go for the energy bonus. I know things have changed a little bit now that you're not using energy to buy your leaders. I think it's all unity. So I think if I have... We do have some minerals here. Where are these minerals? Am I just not seeing it? Oh, there they are. On this moon over here. Wellstain. Go ahead and get our construction ship to work on that. And now we're going to start doing our exploration. So we'll get our science ship here with Baldoon Stenif on the unyielding mass. Let's start doing some scouting. We'll just jump. Actually, you know what? I'll start here and we'll work our way out. I usually try and be fairly aggressive with my explorations. We'll grab another science ship. And I think just before I let it play, so our edicts are going to be costing... That's a lot of upkeep. So I'm kind of glad we went for the Unity, because these are pretty decent upkeeps. This is going to take a little bit of getting used to. Now that Unity is going to play a much bigger role. But I'm probably going to go with expansion. Our policies. I don't think I'm going to change anything off the hop here. So expansionist. Expansionist is fine. I don't need to change. We might need to change some of these. You know, maybe I won't change any of these right off the hop, because we are going to need to make changes as soon as we have our faction show up. I'll leave it for them. And we are a little bit short on amenities. Our governor here, we have a bonus cap. That's fine. We are not going to need any food, which is good. And what's the one job that we have available? A clerk, of course. Okay, so we're going to be a little bit... Oh, I forgot. It costs more to build for us. So 330 minerals to build a new mining district. That's probably going to be the first thing that we do build, though. All right, so I'll let it play here. We have our first science ship off. All right, here we go. Faction founded. We had 3 factions pop up. A new faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape of the Republic of Rukk, led by scientist Arkan Bledikkan. They call themselves the Council of Religious Conservatism. Their members support spiritualist and conservative values. All right. This could be a source of troubles. Our second faction, another scientist, Lynn Stelfrost, the Academy of Robotic Scientists. Members have been pushing hard for advancement in the sciences. I like that. And Chancellor Balshir Adinmos. So this is our leader of our government here. Which I should have checked out. They have the science ship build cost and anomaly research speed. And monthly minerals plus 10%. That's pretty solid. I haven't played with elections in quite some time. So I'll have to kind of keep that in mind. The Free Citizens Network. Work for equality and justice for all denizens of our empire. That fits fairly well. So let's take a quick look at their wants. So the Free Citizen Network. Anti-autocracy. Got it. Reproductive freedoms. We have that. Anti-stratification. We have that. So benevolent subjugation policy. We might be able to get that updated. We're getting 8 unity from them, which is nice. So we're getting plus 40% and then plus 50%. So plus 50% from being fanatic egalitarian, plus 40% from our parliamentary system. So that's not a bad bonus. Our scientists, they only want AI allowed, which we already have. And so this one, the Council for Religious Conservatism, this one we need to get rid of. Empty shells. They don't want us to build robots. They want to lean into religion. We can try to suppress the faction. It doesn't give me what the cost is to do this. The approval goes down. Does that just mean we get less? That's fine. Oh, that'll probably impact the happiness on our planet, so that's okay. I can deal with that. Because we have fairly strong factions here. And the Free Citizen Network, the subjugation policy. Let's go take a look at our policies here. So we can switch to benevolent. So right now we're balanced. Integration prohibited. If we move to benevolent, our subjects are as much part of us as we are of them. Their successes are victory, and we shall move forward as one. So initial agreement. Integration prohibited. Independent diplomacy. Expansion permitted. Joins. Overlord wars. Defensive. We can join. Okay. I think a lot of this has to do with the new vassal options. So, but we can go ahead and we'll switch this to gain the approval. We can always switch it back later, and I don't think any of these are going to hinder us until, a little bit later in the game. So we have at least 10 years. That's no problem. We have another science ship, but we are a little bit short on unity. So it's going to take another 2 months. That shouldn't take too long, however. So our first step is going to be finding our second habitable planet.
Construction complete.
And you go ahead and get research next. Oh, and in fact, get our second leader here. So we'll take the experience gain since you're going to be out in the stars. So this first science vessel I have going clockwise here. I'll send the second one out over this way. And usually the way I do it, I'm fairly aggressive with scouting here. Another science ship here. So usually what I want to do is I want to find out where my borders are. And then once we've established those, we can kind of work back.
Accretion complete.
At that point, we can kind of work back. We can do all of our anomalies and things like that. I don't usually worry about anomalies until we're well out there. And we still need a little bit more. We need 1 more month worth of unity. And I'll just go with the youngest one. So for you, I think have you go up here until we get automated surveying, that is. And we're going to go ahead and build another mine on our planet. And I am also going to get commercial zones switched over to...
Survey complete.
I'm going to get these switched over to the Hollow Theaters. That way we can get some amenities. Go ahead and buy. We'll buy a couple minerals because I'm impatient.
Anomaly found.
Where did we go here? Hollow Theaters. Alright, so again, with a lot of these, I'm going to worry about researching these down the road. When it lets our ships get a little bit of XP before they do, that they're not stuck researching, you know, for years on end. Alright, so we found some rare crystals. And I'm kind of saving our ship until we find our first planet, but it's not going to be within our first jump here, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, two rare crystals. That's not too bad. I think we might be going this way. It could be out here, I suppose, or here, but usually it's within a jump or so. All right, so our first tradition, we go ahead and pick. I think we'll go with expansion. I'm always hard pressed for expansion. Will give us the starbase influence cost reduction, and or not adaptability, discovery. I always like getting the research bonus, but we'll start with this just to make it cheaper to expand early on. I found, especially once I find my neighbors, it's always a bit of a rush to find our choke points.
Anomaly found.
We're gonna go ahead and skip all those anomalies.
System survey complete.
Right, so we found our first planet. It is a savanna world. That should be green for us because we have the adaptability. So we'll go ahead and build our first starbase here in Othvomia. And our Hollow Theaters are going to be showing up soon, so that should take care of our amenities. I think this only gives us trade value. Oh, it does give us trade value and amenities. Well, what do you know? Hey, we found an archaeological site, which is exciting, and a brand new tradition as well. Let's go ahead and grab that starbase influence cost, and then we might jump into discovery next. And we're also going to update our fleet. We'll bump that up to size 20. We'll start reinforcing just so that we have a fleet by the time we encounter some bad guys. And a contact report. Remnants. The Republic of Rukk is abuzz at news of alien remnants that were recently studied. These leavings are considered a definitive proof of intelligent, purposeful alien activity at some point in the past. We may still be alone now, but we are at least not the first to be so. Ooh. That's in regards to the robot debris that we found. All right, so with that, we have our first contact protocols. Our recent encounters with alien life forms have reignited and made suddenly more urgent the old debate of how we should approach contacting and potentially any potentially intelligent alien civilizations we may meet. While some advocate focusing on establishing friendly relations as quickly as possible by contacting them with messages of peace, others advise caution, pointing out that we cannot know whether alien minds bear ill intent towards us. It would be unwise to let them know too much about us before it is necessary. A third, more radical group push for preemptive action against them. With the security of Mantel at risk, they say, we dare not hesitate to take whatever measures necessary to gain the upper hand. Well, I think in our situation, we're not xenophiles, we're not xenophobic. I think being cautious is probably the best option. So we'll go ahead and select that.
Construction complete.
And we'll continue, get everything in that system before we move over.
Geology charted. System
We'll build a
survey
starbase
complete.
in Oosphere. Ooh, and you're all done. Was that the last place I had? Okay. I'll queue up some more research, or more surveying, rather. I feel like this might be a bit of a dead end, which is fine. I do like mapping out some dead ends nice and early.
Accretion complete.
This is really nice. So we're going to have the Savannah planet, and then we're going to have a desert world all kind of tucked away for us. So this is 22 desert world.
Anomaly found.
Get out of here, anomaly. Bonus to minerals, max mining districts, asteroid impacts. I feel like Ustier here was just built for us. It's going to be a good get. Get that starbase built. Gaining some traits. Our governor gained intellectual, which is nice. So we get bonus to research on our home planet.
Construction complete.
All right, so we have our first planet, Ustier. We're a little bit short for colonizing. However, this is what the market is for. That should give us enough. There we go. All right, so we'll get a colony ship on the way. Let's not waste too much time. And because we're going to colonize, I'll take the colonization fever just to get the bonus pop. I was hoping that we'd move into discovery, but I think we need to wait just a little bit yet. Go ahead and get the research. And this desert world, this is just going to be a 14 size desert world. Not very big. This one's 22, however, so that more than makes up for it, I think. And I'm probably going to... We'll build ourselves a second... Oops, I don't want the Corvette. I want a construction ship. I figure we're going to be expanding in two different directions here, so I might as well get a second ship. That way we're not sending the same ship back and forth, depending on wherever we're expanding to next. And it looks like we did away with our third faction. So we have the two factions, which are both... we're kind of meeting, 100% of their needs, which is really nice. So we're getting a decent unity bonus from that. Got a promising moon. We'll leave that for now. We have one extra job here. Let's go ahead and build another mine.
Charted. System geology charted. System geology charted.
All right. We have another planet down here. Another desert world. Ooh. Yeah, this is where I'm feeling like we need to start kind of rushing out that other direction as well. A leader lifespan plus 25 years. I think we're going to be a fairly long-lived culture, which is very nice. And that is a dead end. I'll queue you up to go back this way. Ooh. The Voltum Star Assembly. We have recovered artifacts from an ancient alien civilization on a Plav 4. They must have been active in this region of space approximately 12 million years ago, judging by the age of the artifacts. From what we've been able to piece together, our scientists theorize that these aliens, who call themselves the Voltanum Star Assembly, were worm-like maliads, roughly 3 to 4 meters in length, that communicated with each other primarily through vibrations carried through their segmented bodies. Well, isn't that interesting? We've received our first minor artifact. And, we've been going through these fairly quickly. Usually, like I said, I'd want to switch off to discovery because we get the anomaly research speed bonus right off the hop, but we get the survey speed fairly soon as well. Getting the pop growth would be... No, you know what? We'll go to discovery. We'll get that one started because I do want to get the survey speed while surveying is still important. We're going to try building out in the other direction as well. I want to snag this desert world. It's also a really good choke point. We also found some Zro, which is nice. That's handy down the road, even if we're only using it for trade. Are you able to... Oh, we can. We can colonize both these planets pretty quick. We're going to be hard up for influence, I think, soon.
Establishing lithosphere.
Doing all right now. The first mantle colony. Our colony ships has gently touched down on the sprawling savanna that covers Steer Prime. The shimmering air is dry yet pleasant. A large herd of docile herbivores can be seen observing from a distance. Their first landing site is established. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement. Its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull as the colonists begin to disembark in large numbers. First mental city on an alien world. You get some bonus research. It is excellent. So I think we're off to a decent start. We've got our first colony building. That shouldn't take too long. I'm going to try and stay on top of building our fleet up. I usually end up lagging behind a little bit in this regard. We're still doing okay for Empire size. This has changed a little bit as well.
System geology charted.
Empire size, not Empire sprawl.
Found.
We found some precursor signs. Again, we'll leave that. That's going to just bog someone down for years. You actually move here because I want to very quickly expand out to grab this planet if we can. On Lando. Ooh, so we are ground to a halt on consumer goods. So as far as our planets go, I think Ulcad here will be pretty good for industrial. They've got a lot of industrial districts. Ustir here. They've got a lot of mining districts as well as industrial, so that's pretty good. I think right now our biggest problem is going to end up being generator districts by the looks of things. We don't have... There we go. Lando 3. Lando 3 is going to have to be our prime candidate for generator districts. And even then, it's a 22 size planet, so we're still going to have plenty of others as well. But I think we might need to kind of rush to get that started. So we have our... which research? Oh, we just finished both of them. We got the engineering. I think we'll take the Corvette build speed. And I always like the automated research. However, like colony development speed, not too worried about that. Like 50%, I guess 50%. And like we are just starting. This is one of the few times that I guess I would take that. Usually I don't even bother. But I mean, we've only got one colony set up now, so it might actually come in handy.
Anomaly found. System geology charted. System geology charted.
All right. I think we might need to return to the market if we want to be able to... If we want to be able to colonize anything, because apparently we're not making any of the materials that we need. That's okay. And again, we're just going to kind of rush colonization here.
Accretion complete.
The lonely universe so far. I'm sure we'll find folk soon enough. And we'll go ahead and we'll grab that survey speed bonus while we still have time. You move out to over here. I want to make sure that we gather our choke points. I'm not so much worried about researching here or surveying or grabbing these systems. Until we find out where our borders are going to be, I can kind of leave these. The only reason I went for Ulcad here is because it had the planet on it. Even then, I probably would have been tempted to leave it if we were really hard up for influence and having a hard time colonizing. Ustir Prime is up and running, so again, we're going to focus on mining and industrial districts. I'll toss down an industrial district now. I'll toss down a housing district. Have our very first colony. And our research is catching up. I'm going to go ahead and get the pop growth because we are low on pop growth. Given our choices earlier. And you keep surveying. Where is our other science ship? Oh, Oh, I think they're stacked on each other. And you go this way. We're hurting for consumer goods, but I think we should have that taken care of soon enough.
Accretion complete.
You go grab Lando. Should be able to grab that any second.
Anomaly found. System geology charted.
All right, ruined worlds. What is this? The ISS Hawkins and Nuggets crew have reported the presence of decaying orbital stations and multiple tomb worlds near the Grokken system. Whatever interstellar nation once inhabited the Grokken system appears to have collapsed into ruin long ago. Ruinous core is a junkyard of a planet covered in irradiated, rusting remains of demolished buildings, infrastructure, and vehicles. No higher forms of life are recognizable. We might gain more insight into the lost civilization by surveying any similar planets in this and the neighboring systems. All right. That's intriguing. Oh, yeah. Ruinous core, lost encampment, 2 tomb worlds, and another desert world. Have we found any planets that weren't desert or savanna? I think this is probably the best luck that I've had in a long time.
Anomaly found.
This is... Oh, this is going to be a little costly. 1, 2, 3 to get out to Jaundice, which is going to be a fantastic choke point if we need it.
Growing colony life.
Right, our 3rd colony is up and running. We're going to get our 4th momentarily. So again, we're going to have to go ahead and buy some consumer goods, but it probably would have been a good idea anyways. Let's get this colonized. Lando Prime.
System survey.
A 22 size planet. That is not too bad at all. And we'll use that as an energy hub. And the Habitable World Survey. We now know without a doubt that thriving biosphere is not something unique to Rukk. Both the scientific community and the Republic at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout our galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. So I can gain some just flat unity from ignoring it, but we're going to get enough unity as is. So I think this is a good effort to make. We'll continue surveying over here. So you've got Lando. Did I already colonize Lando? I have not. I'll probably sell some gems and get enough. Oh, we are already, okay, we are already doing it. Well then, I take that back. So there's not much in the discovery tree that I like outside of the bonus, but what we can do as well is if we finish off expansion here, we'll get a 10% bonus from finishing that tree off. But these are a little bit more helpful to us in the short term. And then we can actually take the research expansion perk anyways. So we'll grab that pop growth. And then we'll finish off discovery afterwards. And then once we finish off discovery, we can kind of see what we're looking at. I'm sure we'll discover some neighbors by then, no doubt. Holster Prime. So how are we doing for jobs? We only have one job, but we have plenty of buildings available here. Oh, you know what? Our homeworld here would make a good generator planet. Perhaps I can kind of switch off the mining districts We'll move a little bit heavier into the generation. We have plenty of planet. We can just build pops here. Let's go ahead and remove some of these blockers. We're going to build 2 generator districts. We'll remove some blockers and then I'll just buy pop. We've got 2 generators. I'll go ahead and build 2 pops, or at least 1 pop after that. We'll have room. And let's continue expanding out this way. We are, at this point, being hamstrung by our influence, but that's okay.
Anomaly found. Accretion complete.
Alright, another system down. We'll build this one out until we save up enough to continue our expansion. At this point, I think we're just... I was going to say, we're just waiting until we run into someone. However, we have an election coming up. We've got another precursor. So, who do we have up for election? Well, they've changed this screen as well. I haven't played a democracy in quite some time. So we have 86 days. There's a good chance that Belashir will win again. They are our current ruler. And we will get the bonuses of science build ship and the anomaly research as well as the monthly minerals. So I definitely do support them. Oh, it's unity now. They've changed this from influence to unity. Even so, we don't quite have enough to support them. I guess we will stay out of it, but I would be very much okay if they continue to win. Ooh, here we go. Enigmatic spacefares. News of alien ships humming through the ether has reached Rukk. In many ways, ending the first chapter in the Book of the Free Republic as Rukk's bid for stellar empire. Intriguing. We have an encounter in Sim. We have made first contact with the mysterious aliens in the Sim system. For now, we've codenamed them the Ro aliens. Until we can find out more about them, they possess, if they possess a language, we must decipher it in order to establish communications. All right, let's go ahead and do that. All right. We have 2 envoys. We'll go ahead and get someone to check them out. And they're, again, if they are located in this system, take a peek here. We might have just encountered one of their ships. I don't see any buildings here, so we might be in luck. There's a fallen outpost here. Interesting. I mean, if the planet is called Fallen Outpost, it's a tomb world. Interesting. Belashir has been re-elected. Excellent. Oh, his campaign promises were unfulfilled. Oops. I wonder, I don't know if campaign promises impact their chance of re-election. That's very intriguing. What do we have here? This definitely looks like... This is definitely a another civilization. So we might want to be beelining for this by way of Grokken, because I like the tomb worlds there. And you... Yeah, you're going to move there as soon as possible. Our deep space tracking arrays on Ooster Prime have made an alarming discovery. A large asteroid is headed towards the planet on a direct collision course. Should it impact the surface, the consequences would be disastrous.
Situation log.
Right. Go ahead. Grab our fleet. We'll get them sent out, and hopefully they can get there in time. It's a mighty asteroid.
Starbase under attack.
Starbase under... Oh, is that from the asteroid? You say under attack, but that makes sense. All right, mistaken identification. It seems our linguists have suffered a major setback in their attempts to codifying a language used by the Ro aliens. Unfortunately, what they have taken to be their language quite simply was not a language. In their report, Envoy Bashir Emerton states that after days of investigation in the matter from every angle, the linguists finally concluded that it was in fact probably an attempt at music. All right, so we get some negative insights. That's not cool. Take us a little bit longer to figure that out, I suppose. We have our next colony ship at Lando, and Ukold Prime is about to finish setting up.
Growing colony lattice. Colony formed.
Just like that. So, Ukold Prime, we are set up. And again, this is probably going to be heavily mining and industrialized. I'll build one each of at least those two. We'll go from there. What features do we have? Mining districts and agriculture. We don't need the agriculture, but that's okay. Let's see if we can't take out this asteroid. I mean, if we can't take out the asteroid, I don't know that we deserve to... Oh, where are our ships? Oh, they're just... I was going to say, what are they doing? But they're right around our station here.
Mission complete.
There we go. I was wondering why they weren't attacking. That doesn't look like... It doesn't look like they're fighting this asteroid.
Geology charted.
But I think we got it now. I'll let them take care of that, and our science ship has stopped exploring. I mean, if this in here is a dead end, which it looks to be, then I might leave this as well, because if we can kind of sprint to Strom here, then we can basically claim all of this territory. So let's go ahead and expand out this way. You get built there. But I think this is kind of our immediate... They haven't built here. I think they are exploring just like we are. But obviously I want to kind of beat them to whatever goods are down here. Right, so we've destroyed the asteroid. The asteroid that was approaching Ooster Prime on a collision course has been destroyed. With the doom averted, our jubilant citizens on the planet have taken to the streets in celebration. A scan of the remaining fragments have revealed that the asteroid consisted mostly of valuable minerals, and we have collected what we could. 1850, that's decent.
Accretion complete.
Alright, so for the Row aliens, the public has been informed of a potential first contact scenario in the SIM system. The presence of an unidentified spacecraft that was registered. Early data suggests that this vessel is capable of hyperspace travel and likely originates from a previously unknown alien civilization. Representatives from all branches of the government are being briefed on this developing situation, as well as our ongoing efforts to translate their language. All right, let's keep going with this then. And if you can find out wherever the aliens are that are over here, because there's bound to be some.
System survey complete.
Right, you poke your head down here and see what you find. I will grab... Empire size is almost an issue. We're at 96 out of 100. I think we'll probably start taking penalties over 100. I haven't dealt with this system just yet. So we'll go ahead and reduce that. We're down to 84. Bought us a little bit of room. But I'll take it. We've had another encounter. We have made a first contact with mysterious aliens at Orville. Now we have codenamed them the Epsilon aliens until we can find out more about them. So let's go ahead and initiate first contact procedures with our second envoy. Let's see what we can find here. Oh, there are two systems. Tomb World, Tomb World, Tomb World, Tomb World, Tomb World. 5 Tomb Worlds in 2 systems and a desert world. We haven't found anything that's not Tomb World or something very habitable for us. And this is some crazy luck here. Oh, our Epsilon are right beside the Row aliens. That's interesting.
Anomaly found.
Interesting. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, we got little... Those aren't other aliens. They're fine. Those are friends. Oh, also, we need to send our Empire back home. We'll reinforce them as well. And we should be able to build our capital within a couple months' time here. Then we'll go to Grokan and then down to Sim. And Lando is almost finished building as well. And hopefully it's a little while before we find someone out here because I want to be able to kind of close these folks off before we start expanding this way. There's always the chance that someone is in here as well and they haven't expanded out as far as we are, but I find that a little bit hard to believe. All right, weird heat blobs. Long-range scanners have picked up readings of the orbital system that could best be described as giant heat blobs. All right, well, get on that. And so Lando Prime here, again, we're going to focus on generator districts. I think I want to get some housing for you there. And we already have housing here. And we'll probably take a little bit of a look once we've kind of set our borders at readjusting our planets if need be. I think I don't mind how we've got them set up so far.
Anomaly found.
Another anomaly. Also, we found a ton of anomalies, so I'm very intrigued to go back and
System survey
check these out. A clear signal found. Our sensors have detected particularly clear repeating signal from the Rho aliens that seem to offer our linguists excellent material for codifying their language. They are optimistic that we'll be able to make some significant progress on the back of this stroke of luck. Excellent. We found some mushroom folks. Let's see if that bears out. And how are we for next outpost? Yeah, I'm now that I'm thinking about it, I'm a little bit worried we might have some aliens in here, but if they haven't expanded out here yet, we're probably fine. The Rho aliens. Our attempts to learn about the Rho aliens have so far been in vain. But we're easily able to ascertain what they are clearly from part of a technologically advanced alien civilization. Further facts have proven elusive. They seem to be going to considerable efforts to prevent us and any other eavesdroppers from intercepting any signals from them. We've therefore only managed to intercept small fragments of their language so far. However, from the glimpse we have gleaned, our linguists are confident we'll be able to decipher their communications if we can just acquire a greater sample size. All right. Ooh, a proposal has been drawn up, somewhat more aggressive information gathering. Some may call it hacking. They will surely not take kindly should they detect it. We're gonna hack it just like Independence Day. Hack some alien tech, why not? I think again, if we're gonna lean into our role play a little bit here, I don't know that we would want to do that. I think we would rather be a little bit more cautious. We've kind of taken that as our stance so far, so I don't think there's any reason to not. So yeah, we will not hack them, and we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. They're isolationists, so it's probably for the best that we didn't. We've got some technology as well. Colony development speed, maybe a little bit late with that one. That's okay. And ooh, I do want the field manipulation, but we have to get the research first. And then we'll grab the minerals again, just because that is our food, so we might as well lean into that. And there we go. The Tianki.
construction complete.
The spaceborne life forms, which the Mentalin head of society research has come to refer to as the Tianki, are docile creatures capable of addressing some of the lower dimensions of subspace. They roam from system to system with remarkable ease. They graze on gases common to the upper layers of many gas giants. All right. Found some space cows. Hunting them would be a net loss anyways. So we get some research bonuses and a little bit of influence, which is nice.
Communications established with potentially.
Did we really establish communications, or did we just figure out what they were? I think more to the latter. And you go ahead and jump down there, because we're going to grab that system next. And if we can, jaundice here, size 14, and again, asteroid impacts, so we'll get bonus minerals, which is nice. We'll go ahead and we'll buy some alloys so we can just start colonizing right away.
System geology charted.
All right. We're only lacking 17 influence, so that shouldn't take too long at all. I'm interested to see where the row aliens are. We haven't spotted them at all. We got our growth speed, and we'll grab our planetary unification next. That will let us do some more edicts, which I don't think we've taken a look at just yet. Map the stars is a good one, especially right at the start here. Let's go ahead and enable that. We can afford the unity. We might as well. Once we've kind of established our borders, we can kind of remove that. We probably should have had that going a little bit earlier. It's okay. We're going to have a ton of anomalies to research as well. How are our planets? Lando Prime.
Anomaly found.
As long as we have things queued up to build, I guess I'm not too worried about them. We have 3 jobs on Rukk.
Geology charted.
And we've run out of queued up. This is where I wish I had the auto survey. Maybe we'll stick towards the core. We'll stick core side, I suppose. I don't know if it actually matters.
Anomaly found.
Research, 5% bonus to research. I'm curious if this is this goes to there. I'm curious if that goes. Oh, it expands off there too. I was hoping this would be another dead end, but I think hoping for that to be a dead end is a bit wishful thinking. We might be able to make it to the sim system, which would be nice because then we would kind of have all of this guaranteed to be ours. Then we can maybe start moving out here, get the Makura system. Ooh, insidious Ophidanins. We have detected swarms of creatures burrowing up beneath our colony on Lando Prime. It could emerge any day now. Our scientists theorize that the surface vibrations may have awakened them from some sort of subterraneans. Oh, I thought we were the subterranean race. What is this? Mobilize scientists and soldiers. I don't think I've ever had this before. This is interesting. So we don't have soldiers. I will send our ships out. And while it's a little bit early for me to want to build armies, we can perhaps build a few. What is the upkeep? Their energy upkeep, eh? I'll build four armies just in case we need them. I don't know what this event is.
Construction complete.
This is intriguing.
Geology charted.
And we'll
System geology charted.
grab Galactic Ambition, so Starbase upkeep. And I always have a hard time not taking technological ascendancy. One of the cool things that I don't know if we'll do with this playthrough, but Lord of War. So I know they've added some new enclaves, and I think with these we can sponsor our own kind of private military complex, which is very interesting. We might have to play with that, but to start off with, we're just going to take the research bonus. We haven't built any research just yet on our planets, though. Where we are going to start lagging behind a little bit, especially if our sprawl, I have to imagine this is eventually going to impact our empire size. To that, I should take a look. So we used to have buildings to help with sprawl. Did they do away with those? I don't know how sprawl works anymore. I'm going to be honest. But yeah, so the administrative offices, they bureaucrats turn consumer goods into unity. Okay, so they totally changed this. Oh, wow. Okay, so these are very different from last time I played. Administrative offices turn consumer goods into unity. Alloy foundries work more or less the same. This is very different. Produces 1 unity for each ascension perk our empire has. So these are useless until you have your first ascension perk. So the most you'll ever get is going to be +8. Interesting. So the bioreactor could be good if we find like a heavy agricultural planet. We can just turn our food into energy. Commercial zones, clerks produce trade value and amenities. Consumer goods into unity and amenities, which is why I prefer the holo theaters. Okay. This is very different than. Okay. All right. Well, it's a different game apparently from last time I was playing. That's interesting.
Rolling away from
There we go.
enemy fleet.
Our science vessel has encountered a hostile alien vessel in the Kastaba. It's currently attempting to flee. All right. What do we have here? We have made first contact with the mysterious aliens in the Kastaba system. The Mu aliens. What do we have? Ooh. I love the new backgrounds that they have here. Oh, interesting. Curious to see what we've discovered here. Our envoy out. And you should be able to... Oh, it won't even let me build here. So they've already set up a base there. All right, so we can try and cut them off here at the Runam system, which will kind of get us whatever's in here as well. Regardless, we didn't get our choke point. We're going to have a 2-system border with them. They're the ones that have the choke point on us, which is a bit of a shame. But I would kind of rather grab this system, which would give us this. And then we can maybe grab whatever's over here as well. That's a bit of a shame. I really wanted that system. So we're stuck. We're not going up there. We'll try and find out... Oh, this is a dead end down there as well, eh? I'm going to try and make sure that this is a dead end, that there's nothing down here. I don't think any of these go off anywhere. The only other place to expand to... No, I guess that's all kind of blocked off except for here. Which isn't even... They're not that big. But we've kind of found some borders over there, which is okay. We can maybe focus on expanding over here soon. Yeah, we've got a desert world there. And that was a tomb world, so the fact that we didn't get that is fine. Oh, did I already... Do we have a colony ship? I think we do. Oh. Ooh, what is this? Mysterious labyrinth. Our colonists on Ulcad Prime have made a startling discovery. Deep in a remote mountain range, they stumbled across a mysterious structure that, according to our scans, was not there when we first surveyed the planet. Its condition is excellent, almost as if it was newly built. There's no evidence of Republic of Rukk involvement in its construction. In fact, its architecture shows alien characteristics with curves and angles that appear unusual and even disturbing to our aesthetic sensibilities. At its entrance, there's a sign in our language, curiously, with the words, "Welcome to the magnificent labyrinth of exotic trans-dimensional anomalies. Enter at your own risk." Oh. I mean, how can I say no to this? So we can send a team to investigate. This will start the explore its interior. The approach will advance the situation towards certain outcomes. So 5 energy upkeep. We can afford that. We don't have time for this. We can monitor it from afar. Oh no, I am. How can we not investigate this? How can we not? And this is one of the new situation logs. I haven't seen these yet. So we'll explore the interior. This will be costing us 5 energy. We can always switch our approach, which is very intriguing. I like that it's just not a success or failure now. It kind of works on the bar here. We'll see where this goes. And so they're just exploring this system yet. So yeah, we should be able to beat them to it. It's good. So we'll get built there. And that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. Our efforts to decipher the signals picked up from the Ro aliens have paid off, and we have finally made a breakthrough. While our mastery of their language may not be complete, we have managed to successfully open diplomatic channels with the civilization, we now known as the Pulki Conglomerate.
An alien Empire has established communications.
Ruthless capitalists. They are authoritarian and fanatical materialists. Right then, greetings. I speak for the Chief Executive Officer, Hendim den Vatrag, the wealthy elite of their conglomerate. We are always looking for new trading partners, and hopefully we come to some sort of accommodation will benefit the commerce of both our. So they are a megacorp by the sounds of things. That might not be too bad. Even so, I think again, if we play into our species, this is the very first aliens that we're coming across, and I think we want to play it cool. Now, with news that we've encountered intelligent alien life for the first time has been received with mixed feelings by our populace. This confirms what we have long suspected. We are not alone in this galaxy. Each new alien species we encounter represents both an opportunity and a threat. All right. Interesting. And found a wormhole. So let's see what we've got here. Only it can be stabilized. There we go. The Quipulchi conglomerate. Let's go ahead and retrieve our science ship. So we are already building an outpost here. Actually get them to survey this system. Interesting. So we don't know anything about them. We're probably going to want to build a spy network. We need more diplomats is what we need because we only have 2. But we definitely need to learn a little bit more about them. Now, usually megacorps aren't super aggressive, or at least in my experience, they have never been super aggressive at attacking us. So that might be decent for us. They're pretty big, but I guess we're no slouch either. Yeah, that's not too bad. So we found our first border, and unfortunately, we're going to have 2 star bases to defend against them, unless we make them our friends, which is a possibility. And then we kind of keep expanding. But I think this, with our first contact, might be a good spot to end this episode here. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm hoping that we can make this an interesting series as I return back to Stellaris. And obviously, if you have any comments or any suggestions or even tips for me, definitely feel free to leave a comment below. And you're also welcome to join us over on our other platform on Twitch, where we stream 3 days a week right now, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And yeah, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with us as I dive back into Stellaris. And yeah, thank you very much. And everyone have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next episode.